Honourable Rick Barker.
I want to follow the Honourable John Boscawen on a point which is related to this. And I want to pick up, and it's a theme made by the Minister about negotiation. And I think it is a credit to this Parliament, and a credit people should acknowledge to MMP, that we have negotiations on these sorts of legislation. This bill will go through the House, it will be confirmed, but no one will make the connection between the style of Parliament we have and the outcome. And I think it's really important because in the past we would have first past the post, the leading party would have made the decision and it would have simply been imposed upon the Parliament. What we have now is we have a negotiation discussion and we reach an agreement. I think we should celebrate that. If the Greens are unhappy about the decision at the end of it, at least they've been part of a negotiation and a discussion. And I think this is of great credit. And I think we should mark that. And I want to endorse the comments that are made by John Boscawen. I'm not sure I would always agree with everything the man says, but it is fabulous that we have this discussion, and I don't think the public see this aspect of this Parliament very often. It happens very often, but this is a clear demonstration of how it's happened, and I want to commend the Minister for the way in which he's conducted those negotiations. It takes a leadership position to say, I'm willing to negotiate, rather than I say, and you will follow. And I think the Minister has taken a very good leadership role on this, and I hope he sets this as a model for other ministers to continue with. I want to hope that that's the sort of the legacy he leaves, that this is the style by which we do things and the style by which we get to decisions. Of course, not everybody's going to agree. We're human beings. But at the end, we have got a decision which is strong and robust and been well debated. I want to come to a minor point. Now we've dealt with all the higher things, and I'm really interested to see that the committee has done some very good work, and the bill does some very good work on community magistrates. One of the things that the Law Commission in its Better Justice for All was recommending at one stage was that the District Court be split into two, one which would deal with the smaller minor offences, and we would have the District Court which would deal with the bigger offences that the District Court deals with in its jurisdiction. So in actual fact we would have tribunals, lower court, the District Court, the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and then the Supreme Court. We'd have had this multi-layer of courts, and I always thought this was actually a bit extravagant for a country of 4 million people. I think the evolution of JPs and community magistrates dealing with those minor matters is a good thing. It means that we keep the single jurisdiction of the District Court. The District Court, after all, is the court which deals with most of the work, the volume of our court work. It is the sort of the real workhorse of it. We're the place we have the most courts. It's where we have the most judges. It's the lists are longer, and the number of cases they deal with are much longer than any other court. And that's as it should be. But by able to have community magistrates and justices of the peace deal with some of the machinery of the District Court is, I think, a really good innovation. And it will help speed up the process of justice and ensure that people get through this. And I'm very pleased to see that the jurisdiction and the powers of the community magistrates and the justices of the peace have been extended, enhanced and strengthened. And I think this is a very good innovation. I could go on about this legislation. There's a lot of very good work in here about upcoming potential epidemics, about getting rid of boroughs and changing all the structures. This is a vast piece of legislation which covers a myriad of issues. And I think the Select Committee and the people who have done the work on this have done a fabulous job. I feel that it will take quite some years before people feel the full effect of the benefit of this legislation, and it's long overdue and well done.
Chris